guys, it's Sam. So I'm just getting ready because we are going to be going on a dinner date tonight with our realtor. So I figured I'm just sitting here. The kids are gone with Jay. They're running some errands for me. So I figured I would just show like a little get ready with me for a dinner date. I just put this on my eyes. It's the Kate Somerville Wrinkle Warrior Eye Gel. And now I'm taking my Obagi Cleansiderm Benzoyl Peroxide. I put that all in the lower part of my face. And then I take the CEO Vitamin C Brightening Serum from Sunday Riley. And I love this stuff. I ran out of it. And then I was using my other Beauty Stat Vitamin C Serum, which I ran out of as well. And then I noticed that my skin was just not looking that good. Like, I totally noticed a difference when I stopped using vitamin C. So happy to have it back. Like, I just got it a few days ago and I feel like I'm already noticing a difference in my skin. So that's exciting. And then I finish off with the Clinique ID Dramatically Different Oil Control Gel. But I put that little blue serum that goes inside of it. It's like an insert because it has like a texture. It's like it's supposed to help with your texture. And it mixes in. And so then you're getting a texture serum and a moisturizer, which is really, really nice. Then on top of that eye serum I already used, I'm just taking the Avocado Eye Cream from Kiehl's. And I just kind of double it up because then that way I feel like I'm getting like extra goodness. I just let that sink in. And then for my neck, I use the Pixie Skin Treats Vitamin C Serum. And I pop that all over my décolletage, whatever you want to call it. Oh, I almost lost my boob there. I might have to go put a little something on. Take it all over to my shoulder as well. I just put it all over the chest there. And then I follow that up with the Vitamin C lotion from Pixie. I can't use these on my face because unfortunately they break me out, but I can put it on my chest. And then that way I feel like my chest is getting some extra protection as well versus just like a regular body lotion. So I just pop that baby all over my shoulders and chest. Okay, looking cute with my clip. So lately what I've been doing for foundation is mixing the Revlon Color Stay in 370 mixed with my Luminous Silk Giorgio Armani, and I think together it's really beautiful combination. 3 pumps of the Giorgio Armani to 2 pumps of the Revlon, just because the Revlon is a little dark at the moment for me. Hopefully it's gonna match, or I'll just look ridiculous, so we'll find out. And I just like pop that all over. And I still am loving my Juno & Co. Beauty Sponge. I'm just obsessed with that sponge. I ordered them on Amazon in like a pack of 4. And it's just so convenient. And they come here in a couple days and they're like 20 bucks for 4 sponges. They just put your makeup down so darn quick, which is what I like because I don't want to have to worry about spending I mean, it already takes me long enough to do my makeup. The last thing I want to do is take even longer. As I get older, I find putting on makeup to be like, oh, it's just such an ordeal. You know what I mean? Like with all the powders and everything, it's just so much work. And as you can see, my face and neck were quite a bit lighter than my chest. So I always go off of what my chest looks like. And then you can always blend it in down your neck and face to match, but you don't want to have your neck being all, or I'm sorry, your chest and décolletage being all tan, and then your neck and face being pale. So just always make sure that you, and then I just kind of blend it out. Just because like when you have natural sun color, I don't have any self-tanner on right now, it's a little bit more pink than self-tanner. Self-tanner can be a little bit more kind of warm. And you can see the mixture of this makes it very skin-like, gives it a nice kind of soft finish, but it's full coverage because of the Revlon Color Stay. So it's really nice. And when I get to this section, I kind of like to pull it out just a little, like just kind of make sure I get any extra product so that it's not sitting in those darn smile lines. I'm like, ugh. They're like falling down my face. Freaking jowls, man. Like, I just don't get it. It's just so frustrating. I really hate jowls so much. I just want them to disappear. And it's annoying because, like, there's so much that you can do for your upper half of your face, but then what do you do for your lower half of your face? That's the part that's aging the worst for me right now, is like the jowls, and it runs in my family super bad. Not on my dad's side. Ugh, typical. That man freaking doesn't age. But my mom's side has jowls like nobody's business, and apparently I'm getting them too. And it's just like so irritating, isn't it, getting old? You just like look at some people and they just don't age, and then you look at you and you're like, cool, I'm aging like nobody's business. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and take my Flex concealer from Milk Makeup. This is in the color Fair. It is just so lightweight. I also really like the L'Oreal Infallible one. It's a little heavy, like it's super full coverage. But this Flex one is nice because it's super lightweight, and I don't have like the worst dark circles at the moment, which is good. So that is what I'm going to use. And I do apply that to my lid as well, because then it's like a really nice base for my eyeshadow to stick to. And then I am going to add just a tiny little bit of concealer because I've got a little bit of melasma down here. Because obviously when you wear a hat, when you're at the pool, this part of your face is covered, and then I didn't realize that this part was in the sun, so now I'm getting melasma patches down here as well, which kind of makes me look like I have like a beard growing, which is like so annoying. So I'm just gonna try and like lighten that up just a little bit. Okay, I'm back to using just my straight up delightful Nars. I just love this stuff so much. It's just so good. I always try and like find other stuff to use, and I find myself always going back to the Nars just because it's just so lightweight that you just really cannot see it on the skin, which is really nice. And I've noticed that when I do this, and I really like push air to kind of fill out those lines as I'm putting the powder on, it helps to like make it so that nothing sets into them. The things we do to fool people into thinking we're younger. Actually, it was great when I went to go get my nails done. He probably just wanted a big tip, but when I got my nails done, he asked me how old my kids were, and I told him. And then he said, oh, you look too young. When he said that, I was like, dude, you are getting a big tip, because that just made my day. Because I do get a lot of lovely, sweet comments. Where's my powder? Saying, oh, I thought you were in your 40s. I know it's just people trying to be crappy, but like, hello, I do have feelings. I am a human being. I know it seems strange that I might actually be human. But kind of bums you out eventually. You know, when you hear it enough, you start to question yourself, and then you're like, do I look old? Like, do I look like I'm in my 40s? Do I look older than I should? Like, and then you just kind of like start to wonder, like, are these people just being crappy? Which I'm pretty sure they are. And so it's hard not to let it get to you. I mean, sometimes it just does, you know? And so when you do have a real person in real life seeing you and saying like, oh, you look young, then it makes you feel like those suckers are just trying to bring me down. Like, nobody wants to age. I mean, it sucks, you know? It sucks getting old. It sucks looking at your face in the mirror every morning and going, wow, you're sagging. Oh, look at you. You've got some more wrinkles. Like, it's just lame. It's a lame feeling. Like, I'm glad to be alive, but like, can we just like stop the whole gravity process? Because that would be swell. And then when you have people saying like, oh, I thought you were in your 50s. It's like, oh, thanks, dude. I feel freaking great now. Just wonderful. And just as I thought I was doing okay in life, then I get a comment like that, and then I'm like, remind me why I put my sagging jowl face on the internet again. Oh yeah, now I remember. So I can feel even crappier about myself than I do. Okay, so that was my Ben Nye white powder, and I love that because it just kind of brightens, because I've noticed with the Nars powder, it tends to take away the brightness from the concealer, so then you kind of have to add the brightness back in. And then I take my Giorgio Armani. I'm still using all the same stuff. You guys are probably like, oh my god, I've seen this a million times, but this is what I use every single time I put my makeup on. So I'm just going to show you what I do. And again, I am very, very oily. So if you're like, dang girl, you have a lot of powder, it's because I live in a humid climate and I also have the oiliest face of life. So if I don't do all this powder, my face slips off in 2 seconds. Okay, now for bronzer, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Too Faced Natural Lust Bronzer. I love this one, as you can see. And I basically just like stamp that on my face. I don't rub or anything like that. I just give it a good little stamp. And I do kind of rub it in a little bit on the forehead, just because I don't really mind if it like disrupts up there, because it just hides us everything anyway. For on the cheeks, I try to stamp it versus rub. I don't know why, I just feel like my cheeks get disrupted easier. And then I just kind of bring it up a little bit higher right there on those little saggy jowls. I swirl the whole thing for the rest of my chest because it gives such a beautiful glow. That's why I always wear like a towel or just an ugly tank top that I don't care about, because then if I get it on my shirt, it doesn't really matter. But by putting that lotion and serum down first, it has a little bit more of like a stick to it, so that it really kind of glows and like looks super pretty. Then I take a little pointed brush. This is the Sigma Precision 40 HD, and I just pop a little bit right here, just to kind of give my nose a little bit of a lift. It kind of makes it look a little bit more buttony and like like this. Okay, then this is when I go in with my Urban Decay All Nighter Summer Solstice. I actually just ran out of my Farsali, but I think I have some in my room upstairs, so I'm gonna spray that when I'm all finished. But this is what I spray before my blush, because I want my blush to like really pop and glow. And I like this because it's important when you're using so many powders to let that powder get kind of absorbed into the skin and kind of softened, so that you don't look like a powder face. If you use a ton of powder and then you don't use a setting mist, your powders are just going to sit there versus kind of melting into the skin. While I'm letting that dry, that's when I usually go in with my Lineage lip sleeping mask. Pop that baby on. I've been thinking about getting the BOTOX lip flip. Have you guys heard of that? I've seen so many people talk about it on Instagram stories. And it's basically, instead of getting lip fillers, you just get a little bit placed, I think it's like right along the edge, and then it kind of just lifts your lip up just a little bit, because I've noticed as I get older, because I whistle, it's starting to kind of fall in, because I always do this, and then it's just like losing volume. So I figured before I like, because obviously the lip fillers are expensive, and like I'm a little bit nervous. Instead of doing that, I figured if I give a little lip flip try first, just to see, because also like maybe that would help me with the little smoker's lines, even though I don't smoke. So annoying, but it's because I whistle so much, then maybe that would help. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing a little maintenance on your face. If you are feeling down, there's no reason to feel down. We are in a day and age where, sorry, I'm just trying to find my blush, where we don't have to suffer. We have options to make ourselves feel better. And at the end of the day, it's all about making yourself feel better and feeling good and feeling confident. And if you need a little help to do that, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And I just feel like as I get older, there's things that I don't like about my skin as I'm aging. It sucks. It's part of life. And it's just amazing how like once you hit 30, I feel like your skin and your just gravity really does kind of do its thing. And then all of a sudden you wake up and you're like, what is my face? Whose face is this? Like, it's such a bummer. I'm taking the Alamar Cosmetics Colorette Blush Trio in medium tan, and I mix these two together. But you know, it happens, and I think if you can do something about it and you're in the position financially to do something about it. I mean, it's like doing your hair to me. Why do you get highlights? Because you want your hair to look prettier. Why would you get a little lip flip? Because you want your lips to look prettier. And it sucks because like when I look back at old pictures or even just watch old videos, I'm like, dang, my lips had so much more volume than they do now. The bottom lip hasn't gone, I mean, it's still a little bit smaller, but the top lip especially is getting really sharp and very, just quite angular. And they used to be a lot plumper. So I've been doing my research. So that just adds a little bit of warmth. And then I like to go over it. Lottie London Blush Crush in the color Drake. It's so pretty because it adds like a really gorgeous little kind of coral sheen. It's just really beautiful on the skin. Now we're gonna go ahead and move on to highlighter. I think tonight, do I want this one? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do my Moonplay Cosmetics Vow. It's just so silky, it just like melts into the skin. And then I just put a little bit just there. I just take whatever's left and I just kind of like go underneath the eyes a little bit, and it just kind of, because this is such a fine powder, it just kind of softens it a little tiny bit. Jay has got my eyebrow pencil. He went out to go get it because I ran out of it, and honestly it's just so good, and we're going to dinner and I want my eyebrows to look super duper. So once he gets home I will finish my eyebrows. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw in my tail, and then I'm gonna finish off the rest when Jay gets home, because he has, this ran out on the ink stain side. All I have is the pencil. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fill in my tail part. But I like the little ink stain part because you can add like the tiniest little feather strokes in. It's just kind of like the rough draft. Okay, so then for my brow bone, I usually take the L'Oreal Crushed Foil Metallic Highlighter right on my brow bone just to give it a bit of a glow without being like too much. And then this is my favorite. I use it all the time. And I like to take the, I don't know if I've even done this tutorial before, but I go back and forth in between these two shades. And I just pop that right into my crease. Okay, so next I'm gonna take this color right here, which is called West Side. And I take a little bit of that right into the crease just to kind of deepen it just a little bit. I don't usually do this every day. This is only if I like know that I'm going out like for the evening time, which is never, but, or if I just want to look a little bit more like snazzy. But most of the time I just do the first part just because it's like super easy and I can just get it done really quickly. This just adds a little bit more drama to the eye and just like makes it look a little bit more. And plus when the eyebrows are like all done, it looks really good. I take this little brush, that same color that we just put in the crease, and I just pop this along my lower lash line. Ooh, do I want to go extra sparkly? That is the question. I think I will actually. I'll do extra sparkly tonight since I never ever go out. We never go out really for like a date. So today, I mean, we're not having a date without the kids. The kids are coming, but we are going to a dinner with another adult couple. So that this like never happens. So I'm pretty much gonna go all out. Oh my gosh, how beautiful is this? Ah, it's amazing. I don't even know if it's showing you in the camera. Hold on. See how beautiful that sparkle is? Like, oh my goodness, it's amazing. So as you can see, I did get a little bit of a situation all over the place. So then I'll usually just go back in with my little brush that I used for my Ben Nye Super White, and I kind of just like brush it off. And like if there's a little bit down there, it's totally okay. It doesn't really bother me, because then it's like, ooh, so sparkly everywhere. Next, I'm going to take my Lord & Berry Silk Kajal Kohl Liner in 1002 Nudo. I just pop that right into my waterline. Just so it kind of like opens up the eye, and then it really pops the bottom shade. Okay, now I'm going to take my little spray, get my brush wet, dip it into the Cheerleaders or Cheek Leaders palette from Benefit in the shade Cookie. This is such an amazing like inner eye corner highlight. It just like really makes it pop. Okay, then I'm gonna curl my lashes and just pretend my brows are done, okay? Just pretend that. He's on his way. I think they stopped to get food because they've been out for quite a while. Because I had a ton of work to catch up on today, so he took them out so that I could like really concentrate. These are the Tweezerman lash curlers. They're amazing. And then I'm going to apply my Lancome Seals Booster XL. This is a primer and it's amazing. I keep on losing lashes, which is so annoying. But it's always in the same spot too, which is so irritating. It's like right here where there's just like a big sparse bit. So I kind of just like let that sit for a minute, and then usually while I'm like letting that kind of dry just a bit, I'll just take away my lip balm just with my finger. Just so it kind of takes away some of that foundation. And then sometimes I feel like the act of like wiping something off makes my lips look a little bit bigger. And then I go back in and I apply the Lancome Hypnose Drama. Once you have lashes on, it's like the world is your oyster. And you have to have your mouth open when you do it. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take my Steve Laurent liner in the color Vogue. So lip liner is finished. Then I take my lip balm again, the Lineage. Oh, I just realized I forgot to bake. So I'm just gonna take my Nars again and my beauty sponge. Okay, so I found my lip gloss. I can't remember where I had one that I've been using, and then I did a video with it the other day, and don't mind my dog, okay? I was just out there with her for 10 minutes trying to make her go potty, and she's just taking her sweet time, just chewing on sticks, not doing her potty, so we have a fenced backyard, so she can't escape. But I can see her out here through the window, and she's just barking because or yipping, I should say, because she wants me to come sit out there with her, but I want to get this done before the kids get home. So I went and got a new box. Luckily, I have a couple for backups. Oh my gosh, she's so loud. Our neighbors are probably gonna hate us. So I'm just gonna finish this up real quick. But this is what I normally use, but for some reason, I just can't find the one that I currently use. So I'm gonna get a brand new one. I did it with IGXO, but the box is really pretty that it comes in. So if you do order it, you'll get that pretty little box. But then it just comes like this. It's got little flowers and then my name here. But this is the color Maxine, and I will link it for you guys. It smells like vanilla mint. It's so yummy. And it's basically, oh, she's very mad out there. She just goes around and chews and like finds dirt and then tries to rip our grass out when she should be going potty, but I can't just let her run around the house, otherwise she'll come back in here and she'll go potty. So potty training is like so difficult. I mean, can we just like talk about that for a second? It is so difficult, but you have to stay your ground. You stand your ground. There's the lips. You can see it's really pretty when you layer it over a kind of more of a mauve lip color. And then I'm gonna go ahead and brush off my bake. I think it's sat on there long enough. And I couldn't find my new Farsali spray, unfortunately. I need to just unpack that room better because I don't know what I did with it. So I'm just gonna have to use the Summer Solstice one, where I just kind of buff out everything. And I usually just go back in and just kind of touch up the blush. And then also the highlight, just a little bit. Are you digging up on my chair? You naughty little rascal. Off you get, you little monkey. Okay guys, so there is the finished look. Out in the real light. I'm outside in my backyard. Oh, she finally went. Look at her. She's finally going in the most awkward spot ever. She has all this grass. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, and she did a poop. Nice. Bet you didn't think to see a poop today. Here's what it looks like inside, like not in the bright outdoor light. So you can see how pretty that highlight is and the blush, the shadow, so sparkly. So there's my finished look. I hope you guys enjoy. I gotta go do my hair now. What are you doing over there? Hi. Hello. Hello, what are you doing? What are you doing? You wandering around looking for Tiddles? Where's the kitty cat? Where's Tiddles? She's like, I guess I'll go look for him. She's so cute. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys all enjoy. I have a hair on my lip. I'll see you guys in my next video. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Mwah.